Hello, this is the Bald Reviewer. Stop looking at my head. Today we've got something sent to me to review. It's a CVM-D02. So let's have a look, see what's inside. This is called a dual head microphone for smartphones, cameras and GoPros. And we got a GoPro, we got a smartphone and we got a camera to test it on. So it's quite good packaging. It's an omnidirectional mic with an SPL of 100 dB, frequency range 50 Hz, 20 kHz, so full range. Distortion less than 5%, impedance 600 ohms, dynamic range 114 dB, so it can take quite loud sound. Okay, the cable length is 2.5 meters, 4.5 meters, or 6 meters, depending on which setup you've got, which one you ordered. So let's have a look what's in the box. Let's get it open. A nice pouch, and as you can see, nice embroidery, so it's not cheap. Nice good quality case, which has little pouches inside to put extra things in the side packets, and also has a little belt loop which should handle a lot of belts, so I'll give you an idea, 2-finger, but you can put this on your belt if you want to take it out with you but not have to put it in your pocket. So let's have a look at what we got inside. We've got the main microphone and cable. We've got little softies which are for preventing wind noise. We've got 2 of those. It's the GoPro USB to microphone connector. And we've also got this one, which is for smartphone use. And the reason this is different is because it doesn't have 3, it has 4 pins. So this is for smartphone use. Okay, so 3 in, 4 out. That's everything in the case. Let's pop that to one side. Let's have a little look at these softies. Wow, that's nice. That's a proper softie. Look at that. Compared to the size of my thumb or finger. That's really big. Now that is going to prevent so much wind noise. That's just amazing. You know, it comes in a small packet, but it actually is very big. So let's have a look at what we've got here. This is going to have to be, you have to find your way in. So you have to press the release here, I would imagine. Slide this out, and then we have to find our way in. Ah, there we are. So you pull this apart, pull it apart, and then you've got enough to get that in on top of the mic, and then you can pull the mic close on that. This is really good, and it also comes with this, which I'll show you. A little thing. Now I gotta say, I think this might get lost quite easily. You may find that this will actually get lost. So I've got these ones which actually can be tied through and stay permanently on, and I'll show you how that works now. So pull it through and go all the way tight, and then basically it's not going to slip off. Whereas that's the only real sort of worry or concern I have, is that you're going to lose, as I just did there. Then it just fell down the side. You know, it's so easy to lose something like that. So maybe for future revisions, maybe for the next batches that come out, maybe Comica can produce one that's like this, so you won't lose it, and that's going to be much more useful. Now let's have a look at how much cable we have, because there's quite a lot of cable here. Oh, this is a long one. Look at this now. Right, so I'm going to go to the end of the table. That's 450 centimeters. So this is the middle of the range, the 4.5 meters, and you get a 2.5 meter and a 6 meter. So this is the middle of the range. So as I said, I'm using the internal mic on the camera. Let's see what it sounds like if I switch over to using these mics with the plug-in for smartphone. And on the other end, this connector here, which is the stereo, will go into this, and then we're going to plug it in. Now I'm going to... Right then folks, well, even with the microphone still on the table up here, I'm already getting a much louder audio. Now, what sort of suppression are we getting from these? If I pick them up and blow at them. So we're still getting a lot less with the foamies on here. Let's take the foamies off. Yeah, still got better suppression. Still got better suppression with the foamies. Still got better suppression with these foamies on or off than the internal mic of a smartphone. So that's a good start. Now let us put on the Windjammers. This is going to be the real test. So let's pull them over the top, get them all the way in. Don't have anything exposed or showing. It's quite important to get it as much down as you can. Now let's test it and blow at it now. Right. Let's try this one here with nothing on. Ready? Let's try the one with the foamy on, or the right coat on. So you can see it makes a big difference. And we'll go outside in a minute. It's a fairly windy day actually, and we'll do some tests out there. Right, here we are on the Salisbury Plain. We are using a Hero 4. This is the internal mic, which is pretty awful. I think it's here. I think that's the internal mic. Pretty bad. You're probably getting wind now. A little bit of wind. It's not very strong wind up here, but let's plug in the internal mic. This mic, the external mic. Let's plug in the external mic. Right, now we're on an external mic, so we're picking up these here. So this is a loud volume level. If I'm speaking quite loud to an audience like this, and this would be quite silent, and might be able to hear distant cars. Hopefully not getting any wind, but that's the volume levels. Okay, let's get myself sorted out. So nice bit of clipping on there, and a bit of clipping on there. Make sure they're facing forwards. Don't want any wind getting in underneath them really. $12 miles an hour. That's 12 miles an hour wind. 12 miles an hour. Let's slow it down. 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Let's get a bit faster. So that's 20 miles an hour. 20 miles an hour. That's 20 mile an hour wind. So there we are. Let's get it up to a bit more. 23, 26. 26 miles an hour, 26 miles an hour. There we are. Now, pull in some back wheel skids there, braking. Get into 7th gear, 15 miles an hour. That's power speed 8 on the Bofeng. Power speed 16 miles an hour, 15, 14, 13, 12, 13, 12. Coming to a stop. Okay, so here we are. We've got the microphones on my chest, and I'm talking into this microphone, and I'm talking into this microphone, this microphone over here, and up here, and over here, you can only have mono. So it doesn't matter if I speak into this one or this one, you're going to get the same sound level. But bear in mind that one of these mics could be on another person over away, another one could be on another person over that side. So it's quite a lot of space to actually do an interview, or maybe on a table or a desk, and each person is going to have nice clear audio coming out of each one like this. You know, you could even have them on a table. So if I put them away from me down here like this, you can see that I'm still able to hear through this one, and I'm still able to hear through this one, or both together in mono. So don't forget, because smartphones work in mono, you need to check the levels are correct. Record a piece, listen to it, or have a recorder on the phone which actually shows you VU levels. Make everybody do a test, make sure that the levels are the same, because when you record on a smartphone, you won't be able to change the levels between left channel and right channel to get your balance later on. It has to be correctly balanced when you're starting. Get everybody speaking at the same level, or adjust the microphones to be closer or further away so that the levels are the same. Very important. So far we've not got any stereo out of the GoPros, but how about if we try a big video camera? Let's find its microphone in, which I believe is on the right hand side. Let's open this up. Now this should tell us if we're getting volt line levels here. So now again they appear to be mono, because as you can see, it doesn't matter whether I tap the right one or the left one, it's mono. So I've got a feeling that this particular setup with this Comica, it's a mono, dual mono basically. So even though there's two mics, they don't work in stereo, they work in dual mono. Not a game changer, but you know, still. Let me record on this, so we'll record to see what it sounds like. So the camera's now recording. Let me just point it at myself. Let me have a little look. Hello, we're recording. Now it's very loud. Now it might be because I'm on manual volume levels. Now I'll double check that in a second. Okay, here we got another camera. This one is a Panasonic. It's quite a high-end HC X900M. It's a HD camera with a very nice big screen, can do 3D. It's got a lot of features. So let's put in, if I can remember where it is, let me put it in to the microphone socket, and we'll see whether or not we're getting anything out. Mic level, that's set to auto. If we put it onto manual setting, you can see the VUs jumping here now. Now it's set to -15, and you can see it's peaking out. There's 2 bars of red. So these are quite sensitive microphones. They're very sensitive, and they'll pick up a lot of noise. So they may be a little bit too sensitive for some people's cameras unless they've got auto gain or some way of turning the volume level down. So it might be an idea for Comica to produce a little insert lead which will actually take the volume level down for some cameras which don't have manual settings, because it appears that a lot of the cameras I've done stuff with so far, they seem to be peaking out. So they're very sensitive, powerful mics, and it's very easy to redline it. So on this now, if I turn it down and down and down and down, now at -27, now it seems to be not double redlining, it's only one redlining. If I'm loud, it's one redlining. So that's not too bad, but if I speak quietly, then it's quite acceptable, so it's not too bad at quiet levels. If you're filming audio that isn't close to a person, things like forest sounds or in a room or in a classroom, then having the sensitivity might be useful for you. But certainly if you put it on a person, you're going to have to be careful. So this camera does turn right down to -30, and now I can speak quite loudly, and it's only just getting one red line, but it's not double red lining out of the top. So you may need to have a camera that can actually turn its sensitivity down, or maybe Comica could produce one of these little leads that'll just add some resistance in there, put some resistors in there to down the volume level. So if you're getting over modulation, you can just plug one of these little inserts in and it'll cut your volume level down. That might be important. So something to think about for Comica's future design. So I've actually plugged in some headphones now, and I'm listening to the audio coming through my camera, and something I'm noticing is it's a little bit loud, and it sounds like it's too loud. It sounds like it's a little bit too sensitive and it's over modulating. So I'm not sure if these are going to be suitable for my two cameras if it's body worn. The microphone sensitivity is too sensitive, too loud. So we'll have to listen to the recording. If you can hear it, it sounds like it's boff, 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 boff. So we'll have to see. Right, so we're recording on the D6 now. Now we go into the menus. That should be recording at the correct level. But the trouble is that if I put it to the standard level, it would be over-modulating, but luckily the D6 has got a manual attenuator and you can attenuate it down. So now I'm recording on the D6. Now I could see that it was going all the way to the end, so it's probably clipping. So it's too sensitive. These microphones are too sensitive for voice on this type of camera, probably too sensitive for cars going past and lorries and that sort of stuff. It's just going to blow the top of it out. Just to sum up, the Comica CVM-D02, a great little mic. If you're going to use it between two people, make sure you check your sound levels, and if one person is too loud, pull the microphone away and check your sound levels are right before you start recording, because there's no way to balance it afterwards. The mono system means that it's set up and it can't be changed. So I've tested it with radios and house phones. These are sources of interference. The microphones don't pick up any interference that I could detect, so they're very good in resistance to radio noise. But you do need to make sure that you have some way of attenuating down, turning down the volume level all the way down, possibly, on your camera. Otherwise, some cameras which don't have very good auto level functions, you may find, like the Canon, it will just go through the roof and it will clip and it will be unusable. So you have to have some way of limiting it down. I would suggest that maybe for Comica, maybe they want to produce a little insert that you can plug the mic into before you plug it into something else. That'll just drop it down maybe 30 dB in audio level, and this will make this a microphone for all occasions, even when the sound is quite loud. Definitely not something you'd want to use to try and record a pop concert. It'll just be all clipped and unusable. Perhaps with a microphone insert to bring the levels down, it might be a good concert recording microphone as well. So something to think about for Comica. Maybe they want to bundle one of these little devices with this, or sell one aftermarket so that you can make it adjust and work on your type of camera. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, give it a thumbs up, and please comment below to let me know what you think.